हेलो फ्रेंड्स, मैं हूं आपका प्यारा पवन और आज हम आपको दिखाने जा रहे हैं कैसे हम स्मार्ट स्विच को इंस्टॉल करते हैं। और ये भी बताऊंगा मैं आपको कि सिंगल पोल कैसे काम करता है और मल्टी पोल कैसे काम करता है। तो हमारे पास यहाँ पे जो मैं अभी चेंज करने जा रहा हूँ, ये इस टाइप से दो स्विच थे, ओल्ड स्विच। एक स्विच सिंगल पोल था जो कि हमारी एक्सटर्नल पेडियो लाइट्स को ऑन ऑफ करने के लिए था। दूसरा हमारा ये फैमिली रूम की लाइट्स को ऑन ऑफ करने के लिए था, और जो कि मल्टीपोल था। इट मीन्स वी हैव थ्री स्विचेस where from we can turn off these lights. So now what is the required is for this, I am going to use single pole and multi-pole switch, three pole basically. So this one I have already removed. This was single pole old switch and this was tripole or multi-pole switch. So I have already removed these, and now I am going to install here. So I have done this little work already. हमारा multi-pole switch है and ये हमारा single pole smart switch है. These switches are Wi-Fi switch, TP-Link Kasa switches. So this one is the single pole switch. So and these switches also needs neutral wire. So we have here the neutral wire already there, but old switches this neutral wire was not connected. There was only line and load. So those two wires were there. So that's why, because we have the two lights outside, so that's why the patio light had two load wires and one single wire. Pole Wi-Fi switch, it comes with like two wires for line and load, one wire for neutral, other wire for ground. So ground will get connected to ground, neutral will connect to neutral. If we don't connect the neutral, this switch will not work. Line I have already connected, and now I am going to connect the electrical load wire that connects to two outside lights. And for this, the tool requirement, plier to twist those wires, and then I needed one Phillips screwdriver and then one flat screwdriver, because the old switches were connected with flat ones. So to open that I needed, so only these three things I needed for this switch replacement. And the other thing I just want to mention, that before doing any electrical work, you always turn off the main switch so that there is no current. And if you have tester, you can test it, because I closed this. I was knowing that there is no light, because I tested by turning on the light and then I turned off my MCB. And this plate which can accommodate the two switches, the new style switches, because old style switches are like this. So this plate we can't reuse, so I have ordered the new one. And I always prefer to use the plate which does not have the front screws, because sometimes when we open and close the screws, it makes the scratches, so that doesn't look nice. So which is why I order these type of plates, where you have one back plate within this, and where that plate gets fixed on these switches, and front plate you can just push it and that just goes inside. So I can show you by removing this inner plate. So I will use this screwdriver and I will just take off this, and this is notch here, so you can just take that off. ordered this one from the Amazon, and so this is the plate which I'm going to put here on the switches, and after that I will just push it, and that way these screws will not be visible there. That's how I'm going to use it. So now I need to use this with the load. The ground plate will go with the ground wire, and here this is the neutral. So I have to take this off and put these two neutral wire here. Neutral wires are all mostly white. So I have got this one, bigger one, so that this wire connector can connect the 5 wires here. Nicely, and it got tight in here. What I did here is 2 traveler wires was already there with this old switch. So this switch already has port for traveler wires. These 2 ports are for traveler wires. Then here this one is for line and load. So then the line and load wires I have connected here, and the neutral wire, they will go . So on back I can see the copper wire. So I am going to connect this one with copper wire. So I have to pull little bit that copper wire here. This is ground wire, which is already grounded. Now these 2 ground wires will go together. So we have fixed the ground wires, and all wires have been fixed. So now what I will do is, before closing this box, I am going to test that lights are working correctly. तो जैसे ही मैंने मेन ऑन किया, आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे लाइट ब्लिंक हो रही है. I am opening my Kasa app, and I will select here the device, and then we have here, you can see smart switches. I selected a smart switch. So yes, found the switch. Now I'm going to click connect, and connection is successful. Now you can see these are fully tested. Now I just need to close. But what I noticed is at the bottom you see there is little gap, and from that gap outside cold air is coming inside. And so I thought just put little bit silicone here. Now I will use flip screws And so this plate is fixed now with these switches nicely, and on top of it I'm going to put this one, and the top plate, just push it, and here you go. Now I'm going to again turn on my main and then see as is. And now I can turn on, turn off from my app. So this is Kasa, this is family room light. So it's working. Then I have video lights, it's working. Turn on and we will put it in our schedule. So if you have any question, you can put in comment box and I will respond back. And if you like my video, please subscribe and like and share with family and friends. See you in any next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.